Hello everybody, welcome back to the yard after a couple of weeks away. Things have changed a little bit. I've been doing a little bit off screen, not too much, but a little bit. We do have some weeding to do and some fertilising to do and some crashing into gates to do. Before we do though, I'd like to take you and show you what I've been up to. It's not a lot, but we'll have a look. So we're planning ahead. We have a potato bunker behind these gates. We're going to be doing potatoes in this field eventually. So we've got that going on. There's a reason because there's a mod I really want to try, and I'll show you it now. It's by a friend of the channel called Mr. Dex. He's got a YouTube channel. Check him out. Mr. DEXX, I think it is, or 3 X's. You'll find him. He's a cool dude. But we've got his crisp production going on. So we need to get potatoes in there and oil. Now, I've harvested what we did last year. This is the field with, I think it's got canola in. Yep, this is going to be for the oil, and the same as that field over there. Here is going to be a shed. We are going to be building that over time, adding the materials in and whatnot. You can't see it, but in here, about here, there's a drop-off point. The grey concrete area, I think, is where the shed is going to be. So we'll find that out. And then down here we have a windmill. And the windmill is doing our... I don't know. Right, we're producing oat flour at the minute. But it will be pushing out oil. I think we've got a pallet or two maybe here already. Yeah, so that's going to be an income. We're just going to sell them as they come along. But we need to jump into the tractor. And we need to get this unfolded. And that's not very big. This is a big field. Let's plan the route. Steering assist, we want to be 90 degrees. We're not going to go that way, we'll go the long way. There we go. So we should be starting here. This is where we're going to start. A small little lane here. And they're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That is the idea now. How can I remember which tools to do what? Yeah, there we go. And there. It says this is what we need to weed. So we'll see. Really could do with probably a smaller tractor at some point to do the weeding. Let's just straighten up. There we go. But obviously as we get from this area, it'll get longer runs. The next 2 passes will be painful, I think. So, I've been thinking, I don't know what you think, so I'm going to ask. I think this map is too big just for the one farm. But I don't want to, like... Yeah, I was thinking, why don't I do a second farm, but it's more like an industrial scale farm, so it's massive. Everything's expensive, everything is huge machinery. So we have the little independent farm that we work on, but we also have a job as well, where we get an income every month of about £1,000 to do, like, well, £1,500 a month, say, for like being the farm manager, overseer. But we get to use different machinery. We can do animals. It'll all be on there on a huge scale. It'll have nothing to do with this farm, so we kind of rotate between the two. Does that make any sense? So some weeks or some days we'll do this farm, work on this farm. Other days we'll be up at the big farm. I don't know. It's just like at the minute. Just something I'm thinking about. But I don't know if that would be a lot of work for me. Don't know if people would like to see that, or if they want to see this farm grow. It's just a curious idea I had. There's some really cool, like, modern big sheds and stuff that we could utilize to make into an official farm on a big scale. Of course, the other side of that is I don't know how to do that. I wouldn't know how to build a big yard. But I've been looking at all the different sheds we can get, all the different kinds of fermenting silos, that kind of thing. So and pig like feed mixers and all this, so we can do like a huge operation. But would it take away from this doing here? Will we be more up there than down here, or I don't know? Or would you want to see a bigger operation? And I mean, I'll still play this farm like off camera when I've got staff doing things and whatnot up at the other farm. I could do this farm. I could run it if you didn't like this farm. Well, not didn't like this farm, but if you didn't want to see this farm, or we can, you know, I can mix it up. Well, tell me what you think. I mean, I'm happy either way. Yeah, so those are my thoughts at the minute, because I've stepped away from this game. In fact, I've stepped away from gaming in general. Well, I'm lying. I haven't stepped away from gaming in general. I've been doing other things. Just been playing off screen with a friend, Benny and Dino, and checking out like the ETS2 beta, open beta, checking out Ships at Sea open beta. I've been grinding GTA for this bloody Mansions DLC that's coming in December. Tomorrow there's going to be like the first steps towards that, so I'll be playing that tomorrow, which will be Thursday, so it'll be yesterday when you're watching this video. Yeah, so I still want to do other games, but I want to be playing Farm Sim in my spare time as well, not just making videos. But I don't want to whenever I start a new save game, whether it's on a predefined map or whatever, I always start off small equipment, old equipment, and it gets repetitive because not only am I doing, it's not small equipment, it's modern equipment at the minute, but it's equipment that I can upgrade here. But I never get to use the big stuff, never get to do the stuff. I don't know what I'm trying to, I think you understand what I'm trying to say. I always do the same kind of gameplay loop, and it gets, when you're trying to do it for YouTube and then you want to enjoy the game at night time in an evening when everyone's asleep, for example, I'm doing the same thing, just not talking about it. I'm just sitting here in my own world listening to Spotify, where on this save game, for example, I could do both. I could farm. So you guys, like you've missed me putting in the windmill, you've missed me putting in the potatoes and the little area there. But I've had to do that off camera to move the game along, and I don't want to do that. I want to play the game so I could be up at the big farm on this save game while this game is doing whatever. So I'd hire a worker to do this, and I'd go off and do something on the big farm. Off camera, or even work the big farm off camera. I don't know. I haven't really wanted to. I don't really know how I want to do it. Or do you want a mix of both during the episodes? You know, like I start off at the end of my day up there and come down here, and or start here and then go up there to end the day. I don't know. What do you think? I'm babbling on. I do apologise. I'm going to get this field done. Also, there's a reason for the longer gap. Is I tried to do a time-lapse video, and I got the time-lapse video done. I couldn't get it off the software I was using to download. And at the moment, I can't afford a monthly subscription to any kind of video editing thing. As soon as I can, I've got the idea now. So the time-lapse videos are coming maybe after Christmas. I don't know. I've got to speak to somebody about work and everything. But everything is bloody money limited at the minute in real life. Don't forget, like, we had a car accident, our car got written off, we had to replace the car, and yada yada yada. So I've had a lot going on in my personal life. Right, here we go. Now we're on the longer ones. The longer runs equals less turning, more field work. There we go. Did I double tap that? I did. Yeah. Weirdly enough though, I don't do weeding very often, and I'm kind of enjoying it. Yeah. I'm that sad. But after this, weeding will be fertilising the field over there, which is this field, that field over the way there you can see behind the windmill. They are canola for the oil for the potatoes. That's barley and straw over there. So yeah. And I'm going to sell the flour through the year, basically. I'm just going to keep it ticking over, so whenever that gets full or I need to refill it, I'll sell what's there. Am I babbling too much? I think I'm babbling too much. Yeah. But there we go. I shall get this cracked on with, and I'll see you in a moment. See you in about 10 or 15 minutes. I'm still recording. Why have my buttons decided not to work? Why? Why have my buttons decided not to work? Give me a second. Hotkeys. Pause recording. Yes, they should be working. Why are they not working? Why are they not working? I can't pause my video. I had this problem before, and I had to fix it, and I can't remember how I fixed it. I think I have to bin off the buttons and do it again. I'm so sorry for this, guys. Right. Right, so we'll apply that, and then we'll go pause record, resume record, apply. Okay. Nope, nothing. So that's kind of ruined my recording session for today. So I've got a choice now. This can either be a very short video, or it's just going to be me talking while we do this. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do a real-time video. We're going to do this in real time. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about, and I'm going to do that in real time, and that's the video. And then I'm going to have to figure out the problem with the OBS. So if you don't like this video, I'm so sorry. It wasn't what I was hoping to do. But I've started this job and I need to finish this job. So, yeah, I'm not making a 12-minute video. It needs to be longer. But on the plus side, it's a wonderful morning. It really is a good morning. Yeah, maybe when I brought this plough I should have upped the space speed to about 9 miles an hour. But hey, we live, we learn, right? Yeah, this is not going to be perfect either. Okay, so this missing crop here, that is where the game has said no. Because that is where my property boundary is. Apparently. It'll let me harvest it, it'll let me cultivate it, and it'll let me spray it, but I can't plant it. So no, we can't do that bit, but it's not a problem. It's not a problem. That's quite pretty with the windmill in the background, I have to say. Not sure why I'm seeing bright yellow emblems on it, because I swear I turned off the, unless that's the light in the little room at the bottom. I don't know. Yeah, let's just go back to this bigger farm thing. The idea being I'll have self-propelled sprayers and I'll have big equipment, and money won't be an issue, you know. Um, we'll just produce the product and sell it at the optimal time, as it were, and that kind of thing. But we won't be producing like we won't be manufacturing. We'll just be a farm that just ships out their farmed products. So milk, manure. Well, the manure and the slurry may be used on the farm if we get a big enough farm. It will be a new venture, so the cows will be new. It'll be base game stuff. I'm not messing with the realistic animal and livestock. I think that'll be too much. I don't know if it works well on multiplayer. But yeah, it's actually quite nice just to be... I don't know about you, but I'm actually quite liking the fact we're just doing this job. I'm not jumping around from this job to that job to that job. This is just... Yeah, we're just... if you're be scratching, I've got a beard, I need to get rid of it. I shall do that tomorrow morning. Thursday morning. I'm not sure if there'll be a second episode to this week, because I have left it a bit late in the week. But yeah, this is where we are at the minute. Yeah, you know what? I do quite fancy the idea of an alternate farm with big stuff to do. So yeah, it won't be like massive American style machines, but it will be big stuff, good stuff. And really at the moment, this time of year, while things are growing here, will be the best time to figure that out, I think. Because like Mr. Dex's mod with the little shed, there's another big shed that I want to buy and put in for this farm as well. But I want to be like an independent crisp maker. I suppose we could do that, couldn't we? We could be an independent crisp maker. So all this farm produces is crisps. I don't know. But we could do different flavoured crisps. We could get tomato ketchup flavoured crisps, because I like tomato ketchup flavoured crisps. If you've never had any, find some, have some. You'll thank me for it. If you're in the UK, Sealbrook, they do them. Walkers do them. I don't know anywhere else in the world that does them, but in the UK you can get Sealbrook ones. I think they're Asda, Sealbrook. And Walkers obviously are everywhere, so there you go. I don't know, this is probably boring. But I'm kind of liking just... I haven't been on farm sim in probably since the last video properly. So I'm just kind of enjoying seeing my tractor working in my field. I can't lie, it's a nice feeling. I think we're doing alright with the weeding anyway. Let's have a look. It does hesitate to... right, okay. So, what? Are we still got weeds? I'm a bit confused. Right, so... here... hang on, let's go down here. Right, it says... weed medium hoe, which is what that is. Weed partial hoe. Do I have to go over it again? That's going to be an interesting thing. I won't go over it again on the video, but that's definitely an interesting thing we may need to look at. Because I've cut them down, but do I have to go over again and get the ones I've missed? Maybe. You know, like the smaller ones? Just as a thought, really. But that's not going to happen in this video. I wonder? Just something real basic so we could do. Right. Would that be too heavy with a sprayer on the back? I think it would. That's too much. We always use the Massey, don't we? What about the Ford? The Ford's slow. What horsepower can the Ford have? The Ford can have up to 136 horsepower. Right, so it's currently at 44,000. If I add more horsepower, yeah, it goes up in price. Right, okay. The tyre choice doesn't seem to matter. I don't know what wide tyres want wheel weights is. Can we have wheel weights? Don't think we can. Mud guards, yes. No, we don't need mud guards, do we? We'll put a 600 weight on the front. Don't need a front loader attack. Right, I think we should pick this up. It's great, we'll put mud guards on. It just looks better with mud guards, right? With narrow tyres, possibly. Yeah, it looks better with the narrow tyres, right? Because then we can hire a worker for 5 minutes and we can do something else. We'll buy that. Can't afford it, but we'll buy it. Which means we can hire a worker to do this job. We will then jump in this. I've got stuff everywhere. I've even got a potato planter. We haven't even got a potato, planter. We haven't even got a harvester for the potatoes yet. Can't afford the red one. Oh, look at them aerials. Nice. Right, so while that's doing that, we will jump on and we'll go and fetch fertilizer sprayer and we'll spray this field here. That is what we'll do, I think. Is it just that one field that needs a second? Yeah. Right, first let's figure out why you are not. Right, AI work. Go. Please go. There we go. He's going. Ooh. If you're wondering why these, right, they're missing wheels because this is glitchy. Don't know. Not sure. Let's just hope this tractor is not too small. Now I've spent the money on it to pick up the sprayer. Not sprayer, spreader. Wonderful, didn't even bat an eyelid. Right, we'll run back to the shop and we'll fill up the rest of this fertilizer and then we'll have a go at fertilizing that other field. I was just thinking now as well, there's a problem I might encounter. I don't know, you know, at the windmill, I don't know if I've given myself enough room with the fencing for the turning around of any vehicles in there. You can get the tractor around the loop, but I don't know about. Oh, was that it? Fair enough. I don't know if this will cover this field actually, but let's have a go anyway. I brought it, so we might as well make use of it. Right, okay. We're going to go over here for our first. Sorry for driving on the crop. Right, so whereabouts is this first lane? Up there. So we'll lock onto it, hit the cruise control, and then I'll turn it on. Back. Is that making a difference? Yes, there we go. After this harvest, I'm going to replough this field because we had weather damage on and the ground is not the best, so yeah. Well, he sounds cool, doesn't he? Oh, I'm glad I brought this tractor. I'm very glad I brought this tractor. Where's the next small line? Over there. One little dude. Let's lock on to that one. There we go. Yeah, so this episode was definitely not what I was expecting to be doing today. But here we are. Right, so lock on, cruise control, turn on. Don't know why I've got the mini-map on, we know where we are. Let's go. This is going to get covered no time. We can just guesstimate where we're going. There we go. You know what, having 2 tractors is probably not a bad idea. We probably couldn't afford it, but it's not a bad idea. And this tractor has broken my speakers. I kid you not, I haven't had an issue with my speakers in weeks. It's got to be this mod, hasn't it? It's got to be this tractor that's causing that. Oh, I'm not worried about that last bit of fertilizer. I am worried, however, that I'm going to have to change out this tractor. So we might end up with a Massey Ferguson in the next episode, instead of this one. Honestly, you couldn't make it up. You could not make it up. That's definitely messing with my speakers since I put this tractor in. I haven't used this tractor in a very long time. But clearly, it's causing some kind of issue. For me, at least. I don't know. I'm going to reimburse my money, I think, and get the other one. Let's just park this back up. Yeah, it's definitely causing me interference with my audio. But there we go. For now, though, I'm just going to dump it there. Yep, my audio is knackered. I hope it's coming through okay on the recording, though. But we are going to nip down to the windmill before I finish this episode, because I'm actually annoyed with how this episode is turning out. But I want to put it out, just to give you an update of what we've been doing. And I will swap out that Ford for a Massey. Didn't want to. Kind of like the idea of the Ford, but it's clearly, whatever the reason is about Ford, it's causing my audio to be an issue. Oh, and I was going to put a plank in there to see what happens. So we'll see what we get for the flour. Actually, I don't know if there's going to be... That'll be alright, won't it? Plenty of room. Yeah. A bit of fettling, but it will get in there. Look. Yeah. Perfect. We don't want it too big, do we? Don't make it too easy for ourselves. Right, I need to bring those in. Don't know how much we're going to get for this, but some is better than none. Just do that, just because. Wait, got an idea. what do we need for this? Will it show me with the being no? I need 1,000 wood beam planks, long planks. Right, we'll see which one of them we can buy, if any. And I'll buy one. I don't know how many is in a pallet. We'll buy one. And we'll see how we go. We'll just drop it in there. Because we can say we're officially starting. It needs all 3 pallets, I think, before it moves on to its next construction phase. But again, between save games, I will probably keep an eye on that. Wait, that's not where we sell. That's where we fix stuff. I drove straight by the sell point. Right. Do I have to put that down? Yes. £523. Holy moly, that wasn't a lot. How much am I going to have to spend? It's here somewhere. Planks. Right, so it was planks long, and wooden beam. Well, wooden beam's expensive. We'll get a planks long. We'll see how many that is. Right, we'll see how many when we pick it up, what the literage on that is. I can't believe that Ford screwed up my audio though. 1,000. Oh, okay, so we just need the 3 pallets for... Oop. Let's yeah. Let's just give that a better pick up. It deserves better than that, doesn't it? We'll open these back up a little. We'll come at it straighter, actually. I'm glad I came off that field and did something different. I don't think it would have been a wise idea to keep on that weeding. But I'm definitely gonna swap out that Ford. I'm gonna reimburse my money and buy the Ford. We'll be financially better off for that, I think. What did we have? About 44,700, didn't we? Right, I think that's where they need to be. Yeah. Right, you know what? I'm going to sell the Ford. Let's take it up there, sell it. I'll do it live on cam because then not only that, it'll be cheaper to buy the other tractor and we can put all 3 products into there, can't we? Sorry Ford, you're just breaking my speakers. Causing me to have the issue that I had months ago. Such a shame. I'll even uninstall the mod as well. It does sound nice though. Sell it for 43. You know what, that's close enough. I'm not messing around with money. Right. Let's get that little Massey. We'll get the 2-wheel drive. Should we get the 2-wheel drive? Can we have the weight on the 2-wheel drive? It goes up to 90 horsepower. What does this one go to? 90. I think we'll be okay with a 2-wheel drive, won't we? We'll be able to put air filter. We'll keep it like that. Front weight, yes. Beacon light, yes. Rear wind. Can we have narrow tyres on this? I don't want narrow tyres. Yeah, my audio is well screwed up. There we go, 28 grand. Buy. We'll have some money left over. There it is. Right, so we just put wooden beams in there, didn't we? So we need planks long and planks to finish that off. So we'll grab some. Planks long. Oh no. What did we take? We took We took planks along, didn't we? So we need planks. That one. There. Oh, and we need wooden beam. The only thing about this mod, I don't like how it goes that way. So before we move that, we'll transport some more pallets over. But we've got a little bit of survival money now. Right, I've got to squeeze in there. Drag these out. I'm not carrying that down there like that. It looks silly. Let's drop it square. Yep. Pick up the other one. Let's put the other one on top. Let's be practical. Probably won't be. We'll see how easy it is. Because this is me. Things don't ever work well for me, clearly. Right. Come with me. Oh. You're right on there now, aren't you? So let's just put them at an angle. Like that. And we'll come at you straight on. Or straighter on. Go. Why can't I pick you up? It's underneath. Why do I always make life hard for myself? I don't understand. Right. Are you gonna let me carry you on top of that one? Ah. Why does nothing ever just work for me? Everybody's just tipped over. Go on, all of you get up. Go on. Hey, crap, that worked. Right. There we go. I did a practical thing. They're both loose, so hopefully they won't fall off. Has he finished weeding? Nowhere near. Why has he stopped? Why have you stopped? You haven't stopped. What are you doing? Are you doing the whole thing? Why are you going that way? That's going to take forever that way. And what have you done? Ah. Still needs... I give up. I just don't know. I've had a bad day today with this. But there we go. I shall get rid of that Ford tractor. Oh, you went. Are you going? Boom. Why did you not disappear yet? Are you in the wrong place? Wooden beams, yes? Yeah, there we go. Right. So. They're being used up. They're being used up. I'm going to need more, probably, looking at that. Next step, storage. Planks long. It's going to need a lot, isn't it? It's cool. It's cool. It's a long-term project, that. But once he's finished doing that stupid hoeing the way he's doing it, I will reset him and have him doing things the proper way and go over it again just to see if I can get all of the weeds out. Ah, right. I need to bring you over, don't I? nice little tractor though. I love both of them, the 4-wheel drive and the 2-wheel drive. But this will do fine for what you. If it will pick up the, I could even do the hoeing with it, I suppose, if it will pick it up. While we're not using too big a machinery. So he's putting lots of hours on the big fence. I'll drop this off. Yeah. We'll put you in the silage clamp with the doofus. What's it called? It's not a doofus, is it? It's a wheel loader. And then that's where I'll call it a day, because I've had enough. I've got to figure out this OBS issue. There we go. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. Sorry it was a bit of a weird episode. I didn't know my buttons were going to mess up, and I had committed too much to the recording to have to start again, as I am on a time restraint at the moment. During the day, my son's going to be finishing school soon, and he'll be home like a whirlwind. And I want to get on and start construction on that farm. So, take care. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.